Welcome once again. Today, the last of my promised World War II collection showcases. These are my 28mm Fallschirmjäger. They are, as you can see on the screen, a mixture of plastic Warlord Games miniatures from their bolt action range, and also metal miniatures from offensive miniatures. Those are very nice and complement the Warlord Games miniatures very well. This was the first, I think, World War II plastic kit that I'd painted in terms of the bolt action ones, and these were completed about 3 years ago now, in somewhat of a hurry, as was the case with my Waffen-SS collection as well, because I just wanted to get through them and get them ready for the tabletop, essentially. Here you've got the Platoon headquarters, which is the bolt action kit, and then the Panzerschreck team, those are metal offensive miniatures on the right hand side. And as you can see, they scale quite nicely. There's obviously a difference in the aesthetic between the two manufacturers, but they fit in well together, and there are some others that I'll show towards the end of the showcase as well. This is the first squad. All of the squads are arranged for chain of command, primarily my preferred rule set. Each has got two LMG teams in it, a squad leader and a secondary squad leader, and then an assortment of riflemen. And I've just pleased myself as to sort of poses and bits of equipment that I've put on them. I think there's actually a Gewehr in that squad, which was just to give a bit of variation. You might notice in this squad, actually at the back, because it's a Warlord Games product, they're a big fan of the alternative weapons and submachine guns. So there's a guy at the back here with an FG-42, and I sort of succumbed to a feeling of, why not? I'll just put one in the squad. It's just for a bit of interest. It doesn't necessarily count as anything different in rules terms. And then in this squad, hiding at the back, there's a rifleman armed with an STG-44, actually. And I think this is the squad that only has one light machine gun in it. There is a second light machine gun for it, but I haven't finished painting that yet. Along with the heavy machine gun team and the mortar team that will eventually supplement the platoon as well, and their Pak 40, so some support options yet to be finished. In front of them here, these are two more offensive miniatures, so a medic and a figure that I'm using as an adjutant support option for chain of command. And they're quite nice because they're a bit of variation in style as well from only having Warlord Games miniatures in the force. Finally, over in the corner here, this is a little collection of some additional figures, basically. They're all offensive miniatures, these ones, different metals, including a sniper that I've unaccountably given an SS patterned camouflage smock to, just for a bit of interest when painting. And these can be used to supplement weapons teams and other things that will be added to the platoon at a later date. And barring those support teams that I mentioned, that's the whole collection as it stands. That's all for this video, just a very rapid look through my Fallschirmjäger. There's nothing unusual necessarily about the platoon structure or the way I've chosen to model it. I did take the opportunity when I'd first acquired some AK Interactive products to mix up the basing a little bit to give an impression of fields or muddy areas or rutted tracks, because they were a good test subject, essentially, for those products before I chose to use them on other things. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again in the next.